Hello everyone and welcome to Alan's Aussie's Native Fauna and Flora. This is my first time I've uploaded a YouTube channel, so I'm still experimenting. But what I'm going to do is just take you a little visit through my native garden up here in the Blue Mountains and show you a few interesting plants that I find extremely beautiful. Firstly, I'm going to show you a grevillea, and if you look closely here, it's a large flower. It's got this lovely red colour with the yellow styles on the tips. I hope you can see that okay. The sun's just shining down on him at the moment. And it's a very large flower, and the honeyeaters adore this plant. I reckon it's superb, and it has this lovely silvery, like a silvery hue to the foliage. Very attractive in the foliage as well. Now, I'm just going to pan up a bit there. When this is in flower, that's called Beckia virgata. It's in the Myrtaceae family, the same family as tea trees and things like that. And it has masses of white flowers in the summertime. Absolutely superb screening plant. This is in my front yard at the moment. I'll just pan a bit over there. Lovely thicket of little white flowers in the summer, it gets. I just can't get real close to this bloke, but here's another grevillea. And this bloke's, his name's Coconut Ice, Grevillea Coconut Ice. He's got more of an orange red, and he's also a marvellous grevillea that attracts honeyeaters and the like. There he is down there. Isn't that a beautiful colour? Now I'm not going to pause because I want to keep this running because I don't know how to edit yet. So, all in good time. Now I'm just going to keep this camera on my iPad so I don't photograph any junk hanging around here. Oh, this is one I like. Here's another grevillea. This one's called Peaches and Cream. It's a lovely grevillea. Has these lovely peach sort of colour with yellow, going to yellow there on the tips, and it's one of my favourites. It really is a lovely grevillea. Peaches and Cream. Plenty of buds coming too. A couple over there, one right there. So it's going to be a real showpiece in a couple of weeks. Another little bud there. There we go. Peaches and Cream. Now I'm just going to pan across over here. It's in the shade at the moment, as you can see. And I've got down here little coreobells. Look at them, aren't they dainty? That's a coreo. I just can't think of the species name on this one. Again, another bird attractant. And this one I put in about, wouldn't be 12 months, as a tube. And check out the size of that. There's my power plant from my light, or cord. Around we go. Nice sort of bright foliage. Grows, really took off this bloke. Very pleased with that. Alright, now we're going around a bit further. This is walking up my front path, by the way. There's my shadow, sorry about that. And we'll go up the pathway a bit. Then I'm going to turn around to this fella. And this is Corea White Lies. There's these white bells. Get a view up here, I think. There we go. Little white bells. And there's still plenty of buds to come on. There's a little flower there, a little tubular, like a little bell flower. And there's an aircraft going over. Sounds like a Beechcraft Baron. I do a bit of flying, so I'm going to get endorsed on that one day. Now, let's have a look. Over here, this is not in flower at the moment, but it's one of our mint bushes, Prostanthera. And this has masses of little dainty purple flowers in the springtime. This is called Prostanthera rhombiae. One of the nicest of their mints. And if you rub the leaf, it has a beautiful mint smell to it. Now the next one up top, just above this bloke, is Grevillea sempervirens. Sempervirens or semperflorens, I just forget. It has masses of these pinky or orangey red flowers, little spider flowers, and it hasn't stopped flowering for about 4 or 5 months. And there's more bud coming. It's exceptional. Look at that, isn't that nice? Alright, now there's a prissy bush there. We'll go up here a little further, up the track. Well, there's my little bee at home. Got a few interesting insects in there at the moment. Pupae of wasps and bees. So we'll see what happens in the springtime there, see what comes out. And I'll put one of them in to attract the native bees, because there's a plant I'm going to show you now which is an exceptional native bee attraction plant. A very good plant to attract the bees, and that is right down here. There is a little blue, it's a herbaceous type of plant, little blue spike of flowers there. Oh, there's a bee right there now. I think that's an introduced bee, European, but I do get the blue banded bee on this one. Native blue banded bee. But gee, the bees love that. So that's Plectranthus parpifolius, and that flowers almost all year. Lovely plant. Now up a bit further, we'll have another coria here. Look at that. Oh, I love this plant. Again, I can't think of the name, but it has little pink bells. Look at that little bloke. Look at those pink bells. Love that plant. Lovely foliage. Only grows a metre by a metre, something like that. There's another bell there. And there's more buds coming on this bloke. You might see a few buds in there. I love that plant. I hope you like that. Oh, here's a little native violet. I always like to have them dotting on the floor of the garden. Little native violet. Viola heteracea. Yeah, beautiful little plant. There's some copies in the background. And I'll do a couple more, and that might do me video because I'm already up to 8 minutes. How about that? And I'll come up to this place. Bit light on in the flowering at the moment, however. It's Swainsonia galeofolia. I think they call it the Darling River Pea. Another nice plant. That's the bush itself, and it's always got flowers on it. There's another one over the back here. The sun might interfere a bit here, but we'll give it a go anyway. There we go. Little Swainsonia. And that's my native grasses. There's all sorts of, that's my little trek up to the roadway. When I'll get more things in flower, I'll have heaps to show you. When in the springtime here, it's an absolute picture. But one plant I must show, it's not in flower, but it's called Grevillea burgundy. There's these beautiful toothbrush burgundy flowers. I'll try and get my shadow out of it. There's these lovely toothed leaves. And it's gone well for me too. When that's in flower, it's an absolute car stopper. And lastly, I'm going to do a little plant here. I've been managing to grow. It can be a bit tricky. And this is Stylidium graminifolia, I think the species name is. There he is right there. It's called a trigger plant, Stylidium. And it gets a lot of insects as well. just below it a little dendrobium orchid in a little bit of a log. So there you have it, folks. Thanks once again for visiting my channel, and welcome. And I hope to have more videos down the track, not only of native plants but also some native wildlife. My particular interest is in the reptile area, and I do rescues every now and then to get snakes out of people's homes and stuff. But generally speaking, I look around my yard here, and I've had a couple of red-belly blacks come in the last couple of months, and it's been very, very interesting. I've got lovely little water skinks running around as well near my pond. So once again, folks, thank you so much for having a browse. I'll just walk here back inside. There's my little chair where I watch everything happening. Lovely grevillea there. There we go. And I'll finish on, I think, a peaches and cream again. Just go past it. Here we go. Grevillea, peaches and cream. Thanks, folks, and I'll catch you next time.